Hi, it's Daniel Comp, founder of 360 Men. I want to welcome you to my office and my man cave here in the Columbia River Gorge. Well, I have to share it. Angelina's over here. She's actually out on the balcony with her flowers. But this is her whiteboard and office, and this is my little corner. This guy I've ridden 3 times across America. This is one of my favorite toys. It's a wind foil, and that's my windsurf gear. Welcome to 360 Men. And I want you to learn by both observation and participation. I'm going to be teaching you to do several things. Today we're going to talk about scotomas, blind spots. I'm going to actually show you how to see what you haven't seen your whole life. Part of what I want you to catch in this is that you can use a GoPro or a Redbox or, as you're seeing here, your cell phone on a stick and do all of this. You can edit all of this in your cell phone. You don't have to have software that's special to do this. It's really important, which means that it can be repeated. I can teach you, you can teach others, they can teach others, and we can have a compounding effect of the content and the scale of what we're doing. But that would be a scotoma for most people, because most people are caught up in being the creator and not where the real money is. You see, the real money is in being a platform owner. I have a new series that's worth thinking about to accompany the mugshots and coffee episodes. And these are principles. These are things that I wish my dad had told me. I wish someone had told me not to step on or watch out, or things that would cost you as much as they cost me, a divorce, $500,000 in a business loss from a simple little, well, yeah, that'll be okay. These are things that they're priceless. They're really, really hard to find in your normal life, even online, social media and all of that. You're going to be learning things in this new series that will help you to do what I'm doing, which is the basis for replication or impartation or exponential growth. And we're going to be going through a whole series of things right up here on the wall, one piece at a time, and then we get to talk about it afterward to see how it actually applies. I'm really into application and not so much into just discussion. So how do you build your audience while teaching people to do the same thing so that they can carry it on like a digital franchise? We're going to start this whole series off with the very first one. It's a blind spot. It's a scotoma. It's a little exercise that you're going to get to do. You'll find out a lot about me. You'll find out a lot about you. You're going to find out a lot about everyone. It has to do with confirmation bias. It's everywhere in the algorithms that run our world and are fastly approaching within AI and gender neutrality. This one's called a scotoma. So let's go to my desk and you get yourself a 3x5 card. And we'll start this out. So just get yourself a 3x5 card. And on this card, on one side, put a big fat plus. On the other side, about the size of a peppercorn, smaller than a ladybug, draw a dot like that. Hang on. Are you driving your car? Put that phone down. You can't watch this and do this exercise. And you group, you can't watch me do this. You have to participate. Go get the paper. Pause this right now. Wait, ready? You have to get the paper and do it yourself. It's not a scotoma you can think about. You have to experience it. The point of the exercise is to demonstrate, as mammals, dolphins, humans, etc., that we all have a scotoma. That's a blind spot. That's an area that we have with us our entire life. It's part of our entire experience in life, and yet almost none of us are personally aware of it. So I'm going to show that to you. take that card and I want you to put this dot, put the plus in front of your right eye, see? And close your left eye and stare with your right eye right at that plus. And move that card in and out away from you, and you will find that that dot on the page literally disappears. I can't see it right now. And if I push it away, well, there it is again. I pull it back, disappears right there, and it's visible again. And you can do that in the other eye. So turn this over, close your right eye, and stare at this with your left eye. Right there. That dot's gone. Dot's back. Gone back. So make sure that this plus is in front of the eye that's staring at it, and close the opposite one and move this card in and out slowly. Slowly, the whole time staring right at that plus, and you'll see that the dot on the other side of the page disappears. And it's not a magic trick. It's actually the way our eyes are formed and our brain is cross-wired, that it sort of fools us to believe it's not there. That's a really big indicator, and it's easy to dismiss it. So here's what's good to think about in this, and it's worth thinking about, actually. You ever wonder why they have pilots scan the horizon, right, to look around like this? Because if you can't see an incoming spot, an airplane or a missile, if there's a pilot in the other vehicle, they can't see you either, because you're both on, whatever they call that, you're both seeing each other's blind spots. So not being able to see something is really critical. So what's the big deal? It's just a blind spot. People die all the time from blind spots. The chief financial officer for Jeff Bezos at Amazon died because the floral van driver going up the road did not see her on a bicycle racing down the hill. She was directly in his blind spot. He took a left-hand turn right in front of her. She died, left her family. That's a physical outcome of a blind spot. I've done this Scotoma exercise with at least 500 guys. It's been with me for about 20 years. And every time that I do it with somebody new, it's really fascinating because it's so easy to gloss over. It's so easy to just go, oh yeah, that's kind of interesting. A little anomaly in my head, right? Well, let's think about it a little deeper. Because if we have physical blind spots that we're not even aware of, how much more possible do you think it is to have psychological blind spots? You know, where we think that our point of view is normal, that the family we were raised in was at least kind of normal. If our whole world view is wrapped around the idea of normal based on our experience, imagine how off base it can be. Turns out nobody has a normal, and we're half wrong. No, there you go. We're fully wrong half the time, no matter what we believe. That's been proven, lots of studies. We're wrong half the time. Fortunately, we're right half the time, and there's just a little margin there that make for presidencies and all kinds of interesting decisions that change everything. One of the points I'm trying to make is that you can use just a couple of devices. You don't have to get the big fancy cameras out, because it's more about actually the entertainment value and the content and what a bozo that you could be, or how deep you can go with somebody. And it's not really rocket science, but I do want to put a shout out. If you want to see somebody really do it, if you really want to see somebody do this incredible, have a look at this guy, Alex, French Guy Cooking. I just got his book. The best way to describe it is, you see those geese that fly over? They're in a chevron. They follow a leader. Watch this guy's YouTube channel. He's awesome. He's got an engineering background. And the point being that he stitches things together in a really creative way. That's something that we could all follow. What's the problem with our eye? Well, I got to show you a couple of illustrations. You see, it has to do with in the back of our eye, all the optic nerves bundle together, kind of like looking in the bottom of a sink, right, where the drain is. Well, that's an area in the eye that does not have photoreceptors because that nerve goes together there. So we actually can't receive any information in that portion of our eye, meaning both our eyes are blind since birth in one area, and we walk around our whole life and have no clue about it. Well, there's some other things we don't have any clues about either. I'm learning how to windfoil. And we stand around at the beach, a bunch of guys, all exchanging our crashes, the lessons we're learning, the techniques, the things. We're all learning this together, you see. We don't all try to do it individually. That would be fruitless. So we rely on each other to get a different perspective about where your foot position is, what do you do in the middle of the turn, how much pressure is on that leg, when do you flip early, late, how do you ride through the troughs, and the questions and things go flying back and forth, and together we all learn something much faster than if we tried to do it individually. So why is this important? I mean, who cares, right? Oh, I got a little blind spot in my eye. Well, up here on the wall I have something written, and here's another blind spot in business. You ever notice that the Goodwill gets its inventory for free? Or how about Google, or YouTube, or Facebook, or LinkedIn? All of us creative types, we put all this effort and work into creating content. We put it on their platform, and they make the billions of dollars from our contributions. Who makes the money? It's not the creative people, it's the platform owners. That's the deep end. I want to talk to you in private about a platform. It's taken me a long time to build it, but I can't do it out here in public because I don't want to disclose too much on digital franchising and private syndications. That's what this Scotoma is leading to. An awareness. There's an opportunity for us to do something phenomenal with exponential technology. Right? To use tools available to get great leverage. And it's not a big deal thing because we use hammers and crowbars and shovels and all kinds of tools to change everything. It's just a digital tool in this age. But it's not one we want everybody having because we want an advantage with it. So I want you to come have this conversation with me in private with some of the other guys, and we'll talk about, look at, play with, and you can consider how this might apply to you and your enterprise so that we can make a big difference. That makes the first episode of Worth Thinking About with 360 Men. And I wish some of that content would have made it into this head decades ago. If you have questions for us, just jump on 360men.net and let us know. Subscribe to the channel, and as Alex says, you can spread it around like butter. Share it on your social media. Let's get a few more voices in on this. I want to encourage you. You probably have a story to share with us. A personal Everest is something that takes as many years and decades to do, just like climbing Everest. You go up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's a lot of being acclimated to new concepts, new principles, new practices, new beliefs, and sometimes it only takes one bad step and sets you back a long time, and sometimes it's just one simple aha and things come together. And it's like with wind foiling. So, all right, good on you. Thanks for watching.